Well, hello. I am doing another show off of a Udemy Flutter app that I have made. This one was going through section 8. I went all the way up to 180, but I have to show it like this because the Udemy course is encrypted and it will not let you start streaming if you have it open on your computer at all, even on a second monitor. So, um, to get started, I'm going to go over some quick vocab. So, what you need to know for this course is what a screen stack is. So, in Flutter, a screen stack is screens that are stacked on top of each other that you navigate through by going forward and backwards. Generally, you're using pop and push to do it. Um, Along with that, you have um, you have table-based navigation, which is the use of a table bar, such as this down here, to navigate between stuff. Um, all right. So moving on. Um, we went over a lot of things this lesson. So we went over what an inkwell is, which would be in categories, I believe, or is it Um, meal item, meal this. Do we have an inkwell here? Category grid. Ah, an inkwell. So an inkwell gives you this cool little effect upon clicking it. It's kind of hard to tell, but if you see that, how it's getting lighter, that's due to the inkwell effect. It is a splash effect, which you throw on a select category upon clicking it. Along with that, we made use of fade in image, which is fade in image. Let's see. All right, so we have fade in image in here, which is this cool little thing. So placeholder as a transparent image, so it's got nothing there, and then it'll pull from another image as it goes, and it'll have this cool fade in effect upon clicking it instead of just suddenly showing up out of nowhere. Is what it should do, but can't really. Yeah. So if you saw that, it faded in as it loaded instead of just showing up as instantly. All right, moving on. Text overflow. So yeah. So text overflow is what happens when you are looking at a thing like this. It'll have a cutoff. So if it's like a very long thing, um, it'll cut it off and just make it kind of look like this right here. It's very useful in making sure you don't go over the sides of anything or just kind of make it hard to read some stuff. So, yeah, moving on from that, this is all in the design category, by the way. It's not, we haven't touched on navigation or functionality just yet. But so, um, along with this, we have the silver grid delegate, which would be in category. Ooh, is it main? Maybe. Did we end up not using it? We should have used it. Well, the silver grid is what is used to make a your grid. So I assume that it would be in here, but um as of this moment I'm just having a bit of trouble finding it. So um At the very least, I can explain it to you. So, Silver Grid is what makes this happen right here. Um, Gives you this grid side by side. Along with that, we have clip behavior, which would be over in meal item, I believe. Um, yeah, clip behavior, clip hard edge. So the problem with that we were falling into was the fact that these boxes right here would not let us change them due to the fact that we set it up using the box design. So it wouldn't let us change it. So instead of doing that, we made it so that we would clip the edges of the image, and that's what clip behavior is for. Along with that, we have image network, which is how we get our images from here. We pull them from the web generally. Um, Dummy data should have ours, I believe. So we have all of our images down in here, and that's where we pull from. Yeah. Moving on, we have our title list title. So that would be also in here, I believe. List title. So what a list title is it displays an item or list of items in a compact menu. So yes, that is this right here. So when we do this, title list is used for this right here, allowing us to be able to work with that. So like filters or meals. Moving on, I'm going to look into navigation. So we have our push navigation, which is one of the most largely used things in this entire thing. Push navigation is what allows us to be able to navigate between our stacks. Um, what push navigation does is it pushes you forward into a screen. So let's say that you click on one of these. What happened isn't just moving into another screen randomly. You push yourself into the stack. So that allows you to do stuff like this and be able to back out. Along with that, um, we made use of pop navigation, which allows us to be able to do stuff like that and just move back in our state. Same thing that happens with that back button. If I were to change push over to in tabs, I believe I can do it. I don't want to do it on that one, but let's see. I am able to find a non-destructive push that I probably won't have to change a ton of things to get it to work. Um, we have a push replacement, which I will not be showing you because if I were to do it, then it would break my code. So, and I'm not going to do a live coding session right now. So, but basically what it'll do is it'll push you into something and get rid of the previous one. So if you were to do this, it would send you all the way back to home screen instead of it would send you all the way back here instead of into this area. So along with that, we have our bottom navigation bar, which let's see. All right, so we have our bottom navigation bar right here, which allows us to be able to swap between these two. We have an on tap there. And then bottom navigation bar item is what allows us to be able to choose what items we get to swap between, including in this case, we have categories and favorites. Um, Along with this, we have our functionality field. So single child scroll view is the first one I'm going to check out. Let's see. Um, assume that it would be relatively easy to find. Single child scroll view. In this case, it looks like this is meal details. So it would be over here, allowing us to be able to scroll down like that. Um, Along with this, we have list view, which is my um yeah, so list view. Moving on to that, list view is right here. So if meal is not empty, in this case, it will give us a scrollable view, basically. So if we have, I don't think that there are any good examples of that in this case, but it's just another version of a scrollable. However, the problem with it is you can't add formatting. I believe we didn't actually use it for that much. Pop scope is the next one. All right, pop scope. So pop scope is what allows us to be able to hold values like this when we go into filters. If it weren't for pop scope, whenever we went back, this wouldn't be checked anymore. But due to pop scope, we can navigate between that and it'll save the memory right there and allow us to be able to see that again. Along with that, we have await, which would be sitting in tabs, I believe. Yes. So await allows us to use future. You need async to allow it to work, but it basically saves the value and allows us to be able to wait to figure out if what we set. So we're setting all these right now, but it won't actually be called until I click this. And finally, the last thing I'm going to go over is init state, which allows you to change values and make use of widget outside of build class. So the example right there. Okay, yeah. So init state is in filters, I believe. Yes. And it's right here just allowing us to be able to look at it and be like, so we wouldn't be able to set it right here with widget, but here we can set it with widget is basically the idea right there. And that's the main things that we learned in this one. So yeah, thank you for your time and have a good night. So